Welcome back. Bob the Vaping Computer Guy here. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Joyetech Cubis. So let's dive down, do the unboxing, and we'll come back and we'll talk about it as always. So here we have the Cubis tank by Joyetech. Looking forward to this tank because there's supposed to be some very nice innovations in there. Let's start by getting on my glasses. So you got a warranty card. You got their please drip at least 5 drops of juice in the atomizer. Please don't overfill. After each juice filling and insertion in the whole atomizer, please vape a few times in power off condition with airflow widely open to avoid dry burns. Alright. Nice that they're giving for newbies some information there. Little chart here. Alright, talking about the coils. Alright, so here we go with the tank. I got the black version, obviously. Let's bring that in focus for you. Alright, see how the Cubis tank. Nothing on the bottom. Decent amount of protruding on the pin there. Max line indicator on the tank. Alright. Nice fitting tip on there. I don't know if that's plastic. Feels like plastic. Looks like they have a glass one in here as well. So we can get that out. There we go. Wow, that's tight fitting. Yeah, it's definitely a tight fit on there. I don't know how good that looks on there. It looks like there's a gap in there. Yeah, now it can go down. Just really got to push it hard. Alright. That's your chimney on top there. And that's it. That's your whole tank. 3 basic parts there, not counting the drip tip. Now there's no coils in here, so usually, as you know, most tanks you get a coil in it. But I think they're in here. 1, 2, 3. There you go. Alright, can't... See, now that's a bad design. Alright, unless the coil happens to be facing where you can see what's on it, you don't know what this is. Alright, that's not too good for the packaging. You know, they could have printed it on the package, printed it on here. It's probably easier than making sure the coils are oriented right before they're put in. But anyway, let's see what that says. So that's Clapton, 1.5 ohms, 8 to 20 watts. Certainly from mouth to lung vaping. Here's a 0.5 ohm, 15 to 30 watts. We don't know what this is, so let's go ahead and open it up. Let's just go ahead and rip it open. And there we go. And that is your stainless steel, 1 ohm, 10 to 25 watts. So this is not a cloud competition atomizer. Okay. This is rated up to 25 watts. This is rated up to 30 watts. Alright, let's open that one up. So it's not for that. It's for people who just want to enjoy a normal vape. And don't get offended, I call it a normal vape because it's what I think of, you know, in a 30 watt range, something decent amount of smoke. Vapor, sorry. Alright, this one has a screen over it. And that is the 15 to 30 watt 0.5 ohm. The nice thing about this is Take your coil, screw it on, take your tank, get it a little out of focus for here, so see a little better. You take your tank, you fill up your tank, you go and you drop this in, and as you tighten it down, it makes contact, and you throw your mouthpiece in, and then you screw that down. You want to fill it up, take the whole top off, you fill it up, not past the fill line, okay, because the laws of displacement will dictate that as you insert this, it has to make space for it, and the juice will be displaced. If it is above that line, and you put your chimney and coil in, it's going to overflow higher than the top of the container. Alright? This is your airflow control. Now you can't really see it. It's turning. If you take off the top, you can take off this portion and see there's your airflow. Okay? And as you go like this, let's tighten this down. Alright, you can see the grooves in there. And you can see where the airflow is. So if you put the grooves where the airflow is, okay, and turn, well, if you leave it like that, you're going to have full airflow. As you move it, you're going to close off the airflow. See? Those grooves, this part here that protrudes a little more, would be blocking the airflow. Because the air is actually going in through here, through those holes, and then down. So it's a good idea before you start to vape to take a dry pull through it and see how your airflow is and adjust it. Alright? And then you're ready to vape. You might be a little worried that this is very smooth, very nice feeling, but you might hit this a little bit and then change your airflow as you're vaping, but we'll see how that works out. So, there you go. I think I'll throw the black tip back on there before I start playing with it. It's a tight fit. Yep, but I think I'll leave the black one on there. So there you go. The Cubis by Joyetech. So there you go. It's a very nice new design. I really like it. Let's go over a few of the specs on it, and then we'll talk about it. It's the Joyetech Cubis. My measurements are 42 millimeters high without the drip tip, 52 millimeters high with the tip, 18.5 millimeters wide. Flavor on it is pretty good. Happy with it. The design is nice. Basically, they promote it as leak proof. The reason they're saying that is it's a cup. That's all it is. Let's take it off and take a look at it. It's a cup. That's it. There is nothing on the bottom that can come off or do anything or leak. No seals, nothing to open up down there. It's a cup. You take your top piece, and as you can see, your coil is attached to the bottom, and you're just pushing it through the liquid. It's going to make contact with the bottom when you make it tight, and that's it. So it's leak proof because sitting like this, it can't leak unless you break the glass. Of course, if you left it sideways like this, there's seals and it could leak some other way. But sitting up on your mod like this, you don't have to worry about leaving your device on a table, coming back in the morning and finding that the seal on the bottom broke and it leaked through. So it is leak proof in that manner, and it works great. This seems to be a new design. I think they're the first ones coming up with it, but I noticed already another one, the Surefire Vapor Smart Sub-Tank Cupped Sub-Ohm Tank, which is being sold at Vapor DNA, going for about $40. Same design. Even they promote it as the new, the new thing that's going on. I think I had it on an Instagram post from them where I quote into this one. $40 is a little high. I don't know if what makes theirs so much better, but anyway, there you go. The price on this right now is going, I've seen as low as $16.99 coming from China, free shipping.
I actually ordered one at that price. It was taking too long, so then I ended up paying 25, I think, dollars for it at MyVaporStore, and had another one in 2 days just because I didn't want to wait. So I got another one coming in. But it is nice. It works well. Now, its flavor is great. In terms of vapor production, this is not my style of vaping as much. I normally like more vapor. These coils that it comes with, well, let's start with this. The first coil that I took out was their, with these glasses I can't see it, 1.5 ohm coil, I believe they give you. Yeah, this is a 1.5, 8 to 20 watts. That was the first coil. This coil, I put it in, and I mean, it's definitely mouth to lung. It's just, it was way too tight of a draw that I would ever enjoy it. So I took that out after about 10 minutes of playing around with that. And it vaped fine for 10 watts, but I know that's not me, and I didn't like that. So then I stuck in the 0.5 ohm coil, which is rated up to 30 watts. Now, I'm finding you can get 30 watts, 32 watts if you take a vape and then you put it down. If you're like me, where basically my mod sits there, then I pick it up and I want to take 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 hits on it, and then I put it down for a little while. That's not going to work at anything around 30 watts or over. The coils start to burn. At least the 0.5 ohm coil is. If you want it right now, I'm vaping it at 25 watts. Take a vape. It's a nice, simple vape. It's not a TFE4 or a Phantom tank. You're not going to fill the whole room up, although it looks kind of foggy in here now. But it's a nice vape. It's a good taste, and it's working well at 25 watts. If you like me, when you can just keep vaping, and put it down for a while, you're not going to get 30 watts. You're not going to get above 30 watts without burning the coil. I'm also finding a little bit of gurgling. Now, that could just be this coil. I only have the ones that came with it until I get my other tank in with it, and I'll try it with another 0.5 ohm coil. But it's not enough that it would cause any problems. But every once in a while, getting a little gurgling, and I think that's mainly because the way this works, you can see there's no big cotton exposed holes. Okay. Let's see if I can get the juice off of there to show you. If you can see in the bottom there, you see that little slit? I don't know if you can see it there, but this, that's where your juice is going in. Just a little, 2 slits in the bottom. Maybe you can see it better that way. Top and bottom, okay? And that's where your juice is going in and wetting your wick. So the juice is always flowing through those holes and getting into the wick. And I don't know how it is in there. I'm not going to pull it apart. There's plenty of other videos out there. People have pulled apart the coils. I don't see a point to it. I want it to vape good. I'm not going to, pick at their design inside. But yeah, it seems like the juice flows in a little there, and get a slight bit of gurgling from time to time. Not a deal breaker. For a $16, $17, $18 tank, if you're a mouth-to-lung vapor, or you're someone comfortable in 25 watts and you're happy with that, it is a wonderful design. It is a good tank. It works well. I like the way it looks. I like you don't even see the airflow on here. Let's clean this up because I'm getting juice all over it. The airflow, as you saw on the up close, is behind this top piece, which spins. Okay, it's not round robin, it stops, and when it's this way, it's fully open. As you close it off, tighter, completely. It's almost completely closed. So the air is flowing nice through there. I thought that was restricting the air when I was on the 1.5 ohm coil, but it was the coil, not that top piece, because you don't even, the air is going through that crack, but it's enough air to get in there when you have the 0.5 ohm coil in there that the vape's great, perfectly acceptable. Like I said, it's going for about $17 to $30. I got this for $25 here, around $25 when you buy it in the States. If you're ordering from China, you can get it as low as $16.99. It's mainly for the mouth-to-lung vapor, but it is good if you're a low wattage vapor. It works well. It's a nice tank. There's not a whole lot else to say about it. It's an extremely simple design. You got a cup, you got your top piece with your stem, and you attach your coil to it, and that's all there is to it. All right, there you go. That's it. If you're somebody who likes those TFE4s, if you like those, blowing a lot of clouds, this is not the tank for you. Don't buy it. If you are comfortable with, like, you can see the amount of vapor production here. As you see, it took a little while to warm up because it is at 25 watts. Let's put that on 30 watts, take a vape. Let's get this over to wattage. Still in my V Park here. It's a nice 150 watt box. And I've tried this. The tank fits well. I've tried it on the reload. I've been using it on my Cigabuy 75 watt. I've been trying a couple of different devices. Let's get this up to 30 watts. Nice. 2 hits back to back at 30 watts. Great vapor production. Very nice. If I did that 2 more times, probably, it would start to burn. I've seen some people doing this on 35 watts. I'll try it on 35 again, but I did get burnt. Slight burnt hits on that. You just got to take a shorter vape, 35 watts. Vaping fine. Just don't keep doing it back to back. So there you go. She's nice. Like I said, I'm getting a little gurgling there. I don't know if that's, and I've gotten it since I put this coil in, so I don't know if that's just something with this coil or the 0.5 ohms. When I have another 0.5 ohm, I will try that and then talk about it in the vlog and let you know an update on that. But she's a pretty good tank. Enjoy it. Thanks for watching, and see you soon.